I have pictures of like me with like a bra. I'm clothed, but I have like the bra over my clothes.
Welcome to another Latino with a podcast and the Latino with a podcast. Christian Hennismayer, why are you laughing?
Okay.
You're also Latino. You
Yeah,
can be
I
another
am.
Latino with a podcast. I'm with Abi Sanchez. He's an amazing comic. He's been in Entre Nos in HBO. He has his show Pilsen Stand Up that is in Pilsen.
Yeah.
If you didn't figure that out, it's in Simone's. That is an amazing bar.
Yeah.
And if you put his name Abi Sanchez in YouTube, like the first like 10, 15 results is like he just killing in Laugh Factory. So check me now. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm glad that it actually pops up as me because what happened is a lot of the like women named Abigail, they started going by Abi, but ABI instead of ABBY. So now I'm like the only guy that pops up under ABI under any social media. So I'm buried under all these other like Abigails that just decided to change their names. So.
Some guy is like, who the fuck is this Abby?
Right.
Writing to me. It's like, oh, he's a guy.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking
funny though.
Fucked up my algorithm.
Cheers.
Salud.
You're the second person that I'm giving Venezuelan rum in this. In this podcast.
This is rum, huh?
It's the finest.
It's not bad.
It's good.
It's good.
It's really good. It's a really good rum.
It's not Puerto Rican rum, but it's okay.
So that was all. Thank you so much for watching. How old are you again? Like
I'm 46 years old. Yeah.
46 years old. So usually I have topics and the topic that I
you don't have topics for someone who's old. Like shit, I gotta go.
Yeah. No, because I feel old with these topics.
Okay.
This is the problem. And I make like. I don't know, teriyaki chicken. I'll call it teriyaki chicken. I feel I'm gonna be like one of these like old guys who's like, he's a fucking boomer. Like, well, in that moment it will be like fucking millennials. They are so old because I'm so against this. I don't know if you have seen like lately how Google is doing this. I don't know if iPhone at some point. I'm pretty sure it's gonna do it. They're selling their phones already with technology that is like, hey, you took a picture in like maybe in the beach and there's like a people behind, you can just circle them.
Oh yeah, I use it all the time.
And fuck this guy.
Don't like it?
Why? No, because we're changing our own past and it doesn't make sense. It's like,
but that one person doesn't matter if they're just in the background. It just makes for
it does matter.
Why?
Okay. There's a story.
Because if there's a murder that you want to be like, I was in the beach with that guy.
Yeah, first that.
But it keeps a copy, so it's like you don't delete the original; it's still there.
Yeah, but people do delete the original.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a story of a couple. It's famous. I bet if you put it there, you can find it. It's this couple that is been married for 40 years or something like that, and they are looking back at all photos of him and her, and he sees a photo and it's like in a monument. And in the background, there's a guy walking. I was like, "That's me." And at that moment, they didn't know each other. And it's like
I've seen
love story that is like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe like the coincidence in the universe." In this era, it's gonna be like, "No, I was alone by myself in that part." So,
well, I've actually used it because you can highlight yourself, and I can make myself taller. So like,
you're already
I know.
like 6'2".
So like, if I want to make someone feel really bad. I just make myself bigger. Like I did that to one of the people that come to Pilsen stand up, and like, why'd you do that to me? I was like, it's fucking hilarious to see like you look like a tiny ass person.
He's already like 6'2",
6'3", yeah.
Dude, I should start doing that.
You could just like start blowing yourself up so you're like the same height as everybody.
I'm the same height as you, and you're like, dude, you're not that tall.
Yeah, so.
But I'm super against because, okay, with the background is something, but. That plus the filters plus everything.
The filters is different because that's like if I come up missing or girl comes up missing, it's like, you don't look like that. So it's like, we have no idea who we're looking for because you decided to add a full face of makeup and maybe you got like that doesn't have a puppy dog nose. I don't know this person.
That's a really nice sketch.
It's like, oh, you picked the most beautiful picture. Like, they don't look like that 90% of the time. Yeah.
But and I believe we're changing how we look the past, because I remember looking at old photographs like the ones you have to print at Kodak or something, and they're imperfect, and something about them being imperfect is what makes them amazing.
It feels, well, my thing, I'm against taking multiple pictures. That's why I like the old school. So it's like, when I grew up, it was legit 24 or 36 pictures. And you're going to have some duds in there, but it's like you might capture somebody with a stupid face. But it's like you just take back to that memory, as opposed like, oh, hold on, my face wasn't right. It's like, yeah, but your face is not always going to be right.
Yeah.
So I prefer one and done. So like when we're taking pictures at the shows and it's like, oh, we got to take another picture. No, we don't. I took the one. You didn't get it. We're good. Like,
and when you remember, if you remember through pictures, you're gonna remember. Oh, like if you're sneezing in the picture, it's like, oh yeah, something happened.
Right.
Like something popped out. I was like, what's that smell? I have to sneeze. I have this allergy that day. But if you edit, I keep editing the photos, and you just have the best one. You're not gonna maybe not remember those moments, and that's why I'm like super against.
Yeah, I'm against multiple pictures. Like, we got to take another one. No, we don't. Your face is your face.
I have,
and then that's it. I walk off. I legit told people, like, I'm doing one picture, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I had kind of a fight. No, it was not a fight. It was a discussion, but it could escalate maybe into a fight because. Shout out to my ex. Because she got married, right? Amazing for her. I'm happy for her.
She erased every picture of you and just replaced it.
Puts the face of the guy. Like, no. But I'll do it just for fun. No, but she hired a photographer for her wedding, and in one of her stories she puts like, no, one of the stories of the photographer, but she reposted. It's like, I just delivered 600 photos. No, 2,000 photos or something like that.
Okay.
And I told her, like, hey, if a photographer is delivering 2,000 pictures, they don't know what they were doing. Because it doesn't make sense. They were just like, whatever it comes, like, statistically, it's like, yeah, but these pictures are really good. It's like, oh, of course, because he took like 10,000, and he's like, from those 10,000, it's like, just
2,000 is a lot of freaking pictures too. It's like, because by the end, but I mean, probably at a wedding, you can see how drunk she's getting. Like, by the 2000th picture, her eyelids are just hanging out. Like, like, I'm gonna trace this. What is this?
Teriyaki. Let's call it teriyaki chicken.
Let me taste it first, and then I'll describe it. See what
I'm a nice cook.
No, it's teriyaki.
It feels teriyaki.
I feel we're eating on the mic, though.
But it's really good. I made it, and I made it in 15 minutes because I was watching
because it was frozen in the microwave.
No, because I was watching Italy against Croatia. It was a really nice game.
I heard Italy came back and won.
Yeah. Amazing Italy. Shout out to Italy. They're like, we're not watching your podcast. But I was like, if that was a old school photographer, they have like 10 rolls, and each roll has like 36 pictures. He will choose the moments to capture. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, that. I mean, it shows
just like prr, prr,
I hate that. I hate when I hear that sound and I see a photographer and it's like trrr, it's like
you're not doing anything.
You just needed one.
Right.
One click. That's it. It's like, then you're gonna delete like 8.
I think that's where technology. And then the same thing happened with movies, because movies were never 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. But now that they're not using film and it's all digital, they can make a 3-hour movie, and now we got to sit here and watch a 3-hour fucking Marvel movies. Like, you could have did this in 90 minutes for real.
Yeah, but 3 hours that they fought the fucking director being like, hey, we need to cut this.
Right.
Because it's like, director's cut, it's 10 hours. Like, how? How is 10 hours? What was he doing?
What's funny is I have no problem watching 10 hours of a TV show. But if you make me watch a 3-hour movie, like, this is too much. But at least I can watch.
You have to sit down in one, like,
I watch movies now in that fashion. If it's like 2.5 hours, I'll watch 45 minutes 3 times. And then I eventually get to the end. It's like, oh, this is a great TV series.
And you take your steps. Like, it's like, pause,
Right.
This is commercial pause. So you go
Yeah,
just somewhere else. You come back.
Yeah.
Was it
but
good?
I'm with you, huh?
Was it good?
It's decent.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me to your no. You're not welcome in my podcast. No. But I don't know. I'm so against like that. I feel we're editing our past. Like if as like kids now when they. And I don't know if you see the trend. They're not posting anything on Instagram. It's like
because they don't, or they're covering their face.
oh, they're covering their faces.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet that was like,
They
oh,
want-
this is how grandma looked at 15, and it's like just
yeah, because they don't want to have any awkward pictures. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Because I have a lot of like awkward pictures.
And those are the best ones to remember.
Yeah, because those are good memories. Like
you have the naked pictures. Like
I do have naked baby pictures like all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why grandmothers. I don't know if it's still you have kids. You don't have kids.
No, I don't have kids. No.
But
I
you
do
have friends
take
with
pictures
kids.
of little babies. Not.
Second time I have a pedophile on the podcast.
I have a lot of babies. No.
No, but my mom was she had 36 pictures on that roll, and she's like, let's get him naked and take some.
I think what happens is like our parents do it, and then we realize how fucked up it was, and we're like, yeah, we're not gonna have naked pictures of our kids. That's weird, and that's why like every generation is always like. That's one of the things I hate too is like my generation like, oh, kids have it too easy these days. Like, yeah, because we were so fucked up. They're like, hey, let's put a helmet on this kid. So that way, if he's riding his bike and hits the dirt, he doesn't get CT, like, he doesn't get concussion. So like all these kids have helmets on. Like, yeah, because we didn't have any and we hit the ground hard. And when you get that coconut sound, that's not good. Like, you don't want that for your child.
But we're getting to the other stream that's like we're overprotecting too. There are some kids that
yeah, when they got like the elbow pads and knee pads, like you got to break some bones, but not your head, but like a wrist or elbow or something,
or like eat dirt. Like,
yeah, you got to like.
My mom have a picture of me eating sand on a beach, like because I thought the sand was chocolate. She did not stop me from eating sand. She went to grab the camera, and I have a camera like just I'm like they dig a hole and they put me in the hole, like waist like deep. Just like with a lot of sand in my face.
That's just a Venezuelan delicacy.
Yeah, that was like, okay, we don't have this is harina pan, I guess. Like, do you have any pictures that you're like, why did my mom did this? I have one.
No,
I'm with and it's the gayest photo I ever have. It's like I'm with a big hat and I'm holding the hat like this and I'm fucking naked.
Oh, I'm like, not. I have pictures of like me with like a bra. I'm clothed, but I have like the bra over my clothes.
I know.
And I'm holding a purse, and it's just like me. And I'm like, what am I doing? It's like there's always like little weird shit like that.
I believe I have one, like kind of like that. No, I have one
it was funny
high heels.
Because back in the day, like it wasn't like bad to make it. So this just meant you were gay. So just me standing there like this, like, oh, look at the little gay. I was like, oh shit, this is not.
Do
cool.
You have that picture? Like,
it's somewhere in the house. Yeah, okay. I know I'm not gonna post it, but
I want to put it like as the background, as the whole background during the whole episode.
No, there's a picture of me that they used for a promo of a show.
Oh,
a long time ago. It was just me naked standing on a kitchen table with like a hat on. It's like I'm probably a toddler, so I just put a leaf over where my penis is. It's a very big leaf, but.
I'll make a short. I'll make a reel about it. If you're out there and you're like, I believe 28 to 45, 46, and you have a picture of you naked with a hat, I don't know why. But moms really love those ones. Those are like, let's do it.
It's the weirdest thing because like, I can't picture any of my friends now taking naked pictures. Like bad time.
Yeah, no.
It's like no, there's no naked pictures of kids.
Yeah,
because they go to jail for that shit now.
But my mom has those one of me, but not. She didn't have them of my sister. My sister is like, not naked pictures.
How old is she? Younger?
She's 4 years younger.
Oh, okay. So she probably learned a lesson like that.
Yeah, she's like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. Like,
yeah.
But and those are the pictures that my mom. Every time I have like, hey mom, this is. It was always with a girl. It's like I like this girl. she go home for some reason. Let's do a assignment or school, and she's like, "Do you want to see some pictures?" I have some. Look at this one. Look how small his dick is. Like, look. I like him.
He's the only that didn't grow on him. That's weird.
I'm just like, she just came to do some chemistry assignment. Why are you? No. Do you have any episodes like that? I have one that I remember clearly because I used to be in underwear always in the house, just underwear, no like shorts. And I was like 11, 12. I was still a kid, but just like the underwear. And once she brought someone that my mom knew that I liked her, and she didn't tell me.
So you just run around the house in underwear?
And
the girl comes over,
and my mom just came in. It's like, hi, and I was like in the living room, and I saw who was behind my mom, and I just started running like a monkey because that's the way. And then I came with pants like, hey, how are you?
Just working out. I was just I just done working out. No, my mom never. She never tried to embarrass me.
Bad mother, bad Latino mother.
She kept it cool, but. She's funny, so she would just make comments like if I did something weird, she'd be like, "Oh, look at this little," but she like old school, so she'd use the F word and like all that. Like it's kind of funny, but yeah, she's never tried to embarrass me or anything like that. So
your dad?
No, my dad, I haven't. He's dead now, but I hadn't seen him since I was 10 years old. So like,
that he did something
to
embarrass
like
you.
18.
He left.
Yeah. No, he never did anything to embarrass me either. I don't think so. No.
But he left or he died when you?
No, they got divorced and then
he
went back to Puerto Rico and then I just never seen him again.
Oh, your mom was living here.
Yeah, she still lives here. Yeah.
Okay, you're lucky. How are you funny?
How am I funny?
Yeah, you usually have to go to trauma to be.
No, I mean shit. There was a lot of trauma leading up to him not being here. Like.
No embarrassment, but trauma.
Yeah, I wasn't embarrassed, but there was definitely shit that I saw that I shouldn't have saw at 10 years old.
Can I have an example?
Not. Let's see. Definitely, like him ending up homeless as a homeless person and coming asking me for food and money. I was like, I'm 12. I was like, I don't have a job, dude. Like,
I am homeless.
You're fully functioning. Yeah, you're an adult. You can probably get that. And then like, but that's what the best thing about getting older is you start learning like why shit like happen, like secrets. So it's like, oh, he was a gambler and that's what the problem was. And then you find out like, oh, so it's not like character building to do homework in the dark. he just bet your fucking money away. Or like, I remember I found out like he was stealing birthday card money. Yeah. So my grandmother in PR would send it over and we'd never get it. And my grandma was like, yeah, you never got the money? She's like, no, we never got it.
We got the cards.
No.
Not even the car.
So nothing. It was all intercepted before we got to the house. So when she moved out, she found the box. So he was keeping it like a trophy, like serial killer trophy. Like. So like, oh yeah, Abi's 5th birthday, like the Cubs really blew that game. You know what I'm saying? It was like kind of fucked up to find like all the old birthday cards. Yeah. Just the money was gone out of it.
Yeah, but you found the birthday cards.
Yeah, but
all like, these times you're like, my grandma is a bitch. Yeah, never, not even one card. Like, come on, grandma.
It'd be like randomly. Like I'd get like the 5th or I'd get like 6th, but then like 7 and 8 would never show up. And then like 10 was like, oh okay. Now
he's like, we gotta. Do you think? And with this, we're gonna end the first part. Do you think it was because he was like, I'll give him this one, or it was because he was like, I could intercept this one, damn it.
Yeah, and it was because my mom probably got to the mail first. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do a little pause. We're gonna continue with traumas of Abi Sanchez. Okay, and we're back with more trauma. Okay, okay. Let me see if I remember some of the. But these are moments of your life that change a little bit. Like how like I remember the first time I saw a sex scene on TV. Mm-hmm. I was with my 2 aunts. They rented 8 Mile. Okay. And I was like 12. I don't know why they rented.
Oh my, what's sexy? I was like, in the car.
No, they have one in the car and there was one in a like a fabric
in the studio.
In the studio or a fabric. I don't remember. But it was those moments are so uncomfortable. I just kept eating because I have Pepsi candies and shit. And I was like, with an erection, like, well, this is not happening.
I didn't have that because my mom still had to work, and she ended up working. She worked like retail, so her hours were always like towards the night, and so I pretty much had all day to myself. And it wasn't like cell phones were around that she can track me.
Yeah, but you didn't have like. I'm pretty sure you were like what, 12, 15?
Like 10, yeah.
So 10, you have magazines. You didn't have like.
No, because I didn't have access. I didn't have access to porn or anything like back then.
Just close your eyes, like.
No, like it was just me, like you just find out like, oh shit, like something's happening, but like I didn't realize what to do until.
And then, what was your first encounter with porn?
I think it was definitely a magazine, like a Playboy popped up somewhere, like a friend's basement. Yeah.
And you're like, why is this sticky?
Right. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, why aren't all the pages? And then like my friend's brother, he was older, like 4 years older, and he just had magazines and like stash. So we'd be like, all right, let's go and look and see what we could find if we kind of movie or something like that.
Did you ever video rented that you have to go through a court?
I used to work at a video store that had that. So it always.
You just take it home?
I would just take some home. Yeah. Like come back. And I remember one time, I don't know, like, it was in the VCR that I had in my room. And then, like, I don't know if my mom, what she was doing. Maybe she was looking for a movie to watch for herself. And she went in my VCR and pulled one out. And I don't know, but, like, it was an old cassette VHS. Okay. But there are always bright colors. There was always, like, hot pink or something like that. So she takes it out, and I come home. She's like, hey, Abi, is this the movie Showgirls? Like, I don't know if you remember the movie Showgirls, but it was about like strippers in Vegas. Yeah. And I'm like, no. And I just took it out, but it was like a nasty ass name on the front. I'm like, how much of this did you watch that you realize this might not have been Showgirls? Because it was like straight up like porn. It was just like hardcore fucking porn.
Okay, I want to see this in the movies. You want to go with me?
I'm like, no. I mean, give me that shit. Don't give me that back.
Do you have any favorite like old school like porn?
Old school? No, I don't.
Do you like the new ones?
I don't. I mean, I like them because I watch them, but it's like
you don't have any preference. Like, yeah,
I don't have like a preference on stars.
I love like Emmanuel. That was on. They put it on the Field Zone after 11 p.m.
Oh, so
Emmanuel was amazing.
Yeah, we had amazing. Red Shoe Diaries. Those were like a series.
Red Shoe, like Rendezvous.
Yeah.
I know names.
Emmanuel, because I remember Emmanuel, like it was like Emmanuel 6 and she's lost in Paris or something.
No, the best one was like Emmanuel in space.
In space.
I can see the whole movie. The whole movie.
She's like the dirty Barbie, just has all these jobs. Yeah.
But Emmanuel, if you want to watch nice porn, it was soft porn.
It was like, very soft because
it was like titties.
I was very upset when I found out what soft core porn was. Where it was just like the guy basically just banging into the girl that I simulate, and I was like,
yeah.
And he's just acting, and then but you can see like everything. He's not even hard. Like he's just like slap. I'm like, how are you not hard? That's so weird.
Yeah. I believe soft porn is like Game of Thrones. Like it will be the same category of Emmanuel. Emmanuel, yes. Like, you see some titties and maybe some action.
Yeah, but now, definitely Game of Thrones and all that other stuff. They just replace it. There's no reason for it anymore.
Yeah, a video of Nicki Minaj is like, this Emmanuel was a little less than this, and this is way too much.
It's on your phone now, so it's such a private thing. Before you'd have to go out.
I don't do it in my phone too much.
How do you watch porn?
In my laptop here.
On your laptop?
Yeah,
that's too much.
I don't like this. Like I prefer this, and I'm just doing it.
No,
just like
I prefer that.
You do it vertical. You just
no. I always landscape.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, this is too much screen. It's like I don't want to see bigger than what's on my phone.
No, but for me this is uncomfortable. Just
just laying down, just like.
And if you're just laying and you drop the phone, you won't.
No, I got a harness that I put on. It's like VR goggles I just put on my face.
You actually have a harness? Because I believe they do exist.
Yeah, they have little neck harnesses.
You have it?
No, I don't have one of those.
You want one? Let's buy an Amazon free.
Probably like $12.
Next show you go for Abi Sanchez. He just
wearing a harness. Just recording the audience.
It's like, we know why you have it. I have that topic, but I have another topic that I also like because it also goes with me being a millennial. But in an old way, like the same way we talk about boomers. Did you hear about the meta scrapping?
Meta scrapping?
Yeah.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Well, they're basically everything that you put on whatever meta, that is Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, they are basically that's free. You don't pay for those services.
Right.
The way you pay is with your information. And apparently, what they're doing now is with Meta, they're starting a project that they're gonna take everything you post, everything you put there, and they're gonna feed that to their AI.
Okay, that makes sense.
And at some point, you can have maybe you're just driving and you see like a billboard for Viagra pills, and it's you. Because they have the information, they sell your pictures and everything to a company.
I didn't know they were selling pictures.
And they're not, and they can put you doing whatever, but because the company is not buying your image, it's buying an AI model of you.
Oh, okay.
But the AI can do it because the AI has your pictures.
Right.
The AI will think you're taller than what you are, but it has. Did you see Black Mirror the last season?
Yes, I don't know if I watched every episode.
Well, there's one called Joan is Awful.
Oh, the one where she's basically they recreate her life.
Yeah, and I believe we're going there, like with this matter scrapping.
I'm really hoping I'm dead by then. That's that's pretty much is like I don't mind the AI, you know, like if it's helpful and it's like what's crazy is I'll literally just think of something. And it's just a thought. I haven't said this out loud. It wasn't something I said to myself like, oh, I wonder what this like blah blah blah. And I'll start typing what is the definition of, and it's like literally. So the last thing I looked up was like there's a term in golf. It's called scatter.
Okay.
When you're in a golf cart, they want you to scatter so you don't drive over the same trails, right?
Okay.
I didn't know what that meant. So I'm typing in my phone, and I was like, what does SCA? And it was like scatter meaning golf. And I'm like, I did not say this out loud. I did not say this to anybody else. But it filled in
exactly
the suggestion. What I was looking at was like, that's fucking weird.
Because it knows that you play golf, or
right? And it knows that I've been on a golf course. It's such a weird thing that like, even now we're talking about teriyaki chicken. I guarantee is gonna pop up on my phone as like a recipe or something like that, or like Venezuelan rum. I'm like,
and Viagra. I talk about Viagra.
Too, so that always pops up on my.
It's I already have that on my algorithm.
Once you're over 40, it's just gonna show it to you automatically.
You know, but for me, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be dead. I believe this is gonna be the next so 10, 20 years that they are selling. Because in Joan is Awful, Salma Hayek, she sold her image to this company that is like Netflix. They put another name that I don't remember. So she's not acting. She just gave her image.
And somebody else,
but she sold it. I believe we're doing that now by using Instagram and Facebook and all of that for free. Not for free because, again, these services are free, but you're paying with your image.
Yeah.
So at some point they can use your image, and I'm pretty sure that that's gonna happen. And someone's like, "Hey, you have to take that down." It's like, did you read the the conditions, the terms and conditions? You agreed to the shit.
Yeah, it's weird because like I'll just be sitting there and I get like a $30 deposit into my Venmo or some shit. I'm like, what Instagram class action lawsuit did I just win? And like, why is it only $32? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like $1 billion. Like, they could legit give everybody in the country $1 million, right? There's what 330 million people in the country.
But you're getting 32 at least.
But I'm getting $32, and they have all my information. It's like, you're gonna make so much more money. Just give me $1 million. Like, make it worth it.
So I don't know. I'm a little afraid that we're gonna get to a point that is just weird.
It's weird that like everybody releasing AI at the same time. So like Google has their, I think it's called Gemini, is their AI.
Yeah.
And then Apple just released their own. It's like Open AI or some shit like that.
Then you have the Meta AI.
And then you have even Amazon has their AI now. It's called Rufus.
That's the worst.
So like I go shopping on Amazon and it's just constantly like asking me like, it's trying to get me to give it information so it can eventually like learn what I'm doing. But like Google already knows what I'm doing. So they just show me everything that they think is relevant.
This is what I think. I'm going to be an old guy. I'm going to be like 74. I'm going to be like, fuck AI. They won't know what I'm doing. And it's like, Dad, where's your shopping?
Right. Yeah. No. Because it's not like I'm doing anything
they know
that I'm worried about getting caught up for. You know what I'm saying? So like the people that are really worried about it are doing some weird shit that like, I don't need no one to know these things that I'm doing. Like,
Yeah, I've been in that position that it's like we're selling our information to China. It's like they can have it. What
Right.
they're gonna do with what?
Yeah, what are they gonna do with my sad information? Like,
Yeah.
I don't have military secrets. I don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, no one's fucking informing me of fucking.
China's like, this guy is a loser. Dude.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
there's some Chinese dude just fucking watching my life. Like, damn, this poor guy.
Just watching my picture as a baby,
Yeah.
just naked with the hat.
With the hat on.
Why his mom did that?
Yeah.
It's actually my mom. He's like, hey, did you see like?
Right, she's putting it in AI. She's feeding the information to the Chinese.
But I'm a little afraid, and I believe I have never put this into a joke, but I believe it would be good if I at some point do it. You know, at some moment we have like the idea that our parents were stupid with technology, and
Right.
and it's like my mom forgets her Gmail password. It's my fault,
Yeah.
and shit like that. My mom.
I think if I died, my mom's 50% of her sadness would be that I couldn't help her with technology anymore.
Dude,
She's like, you couldn't set up my Alexa. He had to fucking die. And I was like, oh, wow. Calm down, lady.
My mom once, she yelled at me. She was mad at me, like really mad, because I didn't want to help her moving her WhatsApp stickers. You know, in WhatsApp you have
Yeah.
stickers, so to her Gmail, and I like, you cannot do that. And she's like, okay, if you don't want to help me, don't help me. Like, mom, you cannot. It's not that I want.
Right. I'm not a fucking programmer. I'm not Google. I can't do this.
Yeah,
shit
I'm like,
for you.
mom, you cannot do this. But I believe the same annoyingness is gonna happen between our generation. Maybe now the iPad kids. Well, iPad kids are now like 20, and that's fucked up. But maybe I don't even know the babies. Are we gonna call it like COVID babies?
I think they're still, the COVID babies, those are going to be the weird ones when
Yeah.
they get older because
They're
they
gon-
weren't like social for a while.
But they're gonna mock us. Like when
Oh, hell yeah.
new technologies is like, yeah, you just use AI. I'm like, no.
Yeah, because like even now, like I'll go to my friend's house and like his daughter's like, you watch Instagram Reels? And I'm like, yeah, it's like, oh no, we don't do that. Like we're on TikTok all the time. I was like, okay, but it was like they were literally mocking me because I used Reels. Like, but like that's like 3 weeks later after all the things are trending. I was like, what the fuck you want me to do? Like, I don't want to keep up with everything. Like, you guys can have TikTok. Tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already being ruled out based on shit that you did as your past. You wear socks that are ankle socks.
I saw that
You're
shit
a certain
now.
age now. You're definitely not a young person. Like, damn, just because of my socks.
Yeah, I'm not, but I know we're gonna feel that, and we're gonna be all. My image is like when we have like holograms on shit. I know by the time we have holograms for like you go to an ATM
Yeah.
and it is a fucking hologram. I won't be so stubborn. I was like, no. Where's the touch screen? And someone behind me is like, no, no, sir. It's now a hologram. You just pull it out. No.
Right,
Where's the fucking phone?
I don't want to learn gestures. I just learned this. Like,
Yeah, no. Where's the screen? It's not a screen. You just pull it out. Don't help me.
yeah, it's gonna be a headache. So I'm hoping to die before that.
You help me
I'm
to
really,
die.
I'm really hoping for like an asteroid or something just to reset everything. Like, boom. we're back
What
to-
would be your scenario that is like, this is a good death. I'll take this one.
I don't know. Like, I feel like the AI thing is not bothering me right now. But so
No.
like, I just can't. That's the thing is like, I don't have the foresight to even think like what could be next. Like, will we talking to holograms? Like, is all the shit that I see in science fiction movies like gonna happen? That'd be weird. But I'd love to see it happen. Like the fucking Minority Report where you're wearing a glove and just swiping things and like. They're trying to do that with
the
that.
VR.
Yeah, they're trying to do it with the VR, but
kinda.
I just don't feel like that's
But now we think those people look dumb.
right.
But at some point, the people who don't
Right.
don't
But
have
once the
them.
technology can happen to the way, because I remember that, what was it? Facebook was trying to do the metaverse, and they're trying to
Oh,
get
yeah.
people to go in and live their life online. Like, no, this is so dumb. Nobody wanted to do it.
now.
But until they get like to that Ready Player One, you ever see that movie where it's
Yeah.
just a guy just wearing a suit, standing up, walking in his house? Like, okay, this might be, as long as it's super realistic, it has to be
Yeah, and
some level of realism.
They are creating already like suits that let you feel what is happening. If you play Call of Duty and shit, and they shot you,
Yeah.
you feel pain.
Yeah, see, that's
that
dumb.
is like a little dumb. Like
that's the
it's cool, but it's like, why would you like? It's like, yeah, no, I like the pain.
that's
like
the complete opposite of what a video game's for. Like, yeah, I don't want to feel anything. I literally just want to go punch that hooker in the face.
Yeah, and that's it. No
Right.
consequences.
It's like you had to turn off the remorse mode. I was like, oh shit, all right. I didn't realize there was a remorse mode after punching. Like I just want to
just go to jail. Apparently in GTA 6, I don't know if this is true, but apparently if you go to jail in GTA 6, it's not like you go to jail and there's like an animation you're out.
Yeah.
Apparently you go to jail, and there are some missions to do in jail.
That's
but
wild.
You go
because they have a version of Grand Theft Auto that you have real jobs. It's like a real world version of it. So like there's people that are actually the police, and there's people that are pizza delivery drivers, and their whole gaming experience is working as a cop or as in Grand Theft Auto. I was like, that's fucking weird.
Imagine buying Grand Theft Auto, creating your character, going into the game to be like a pizza delivery guy. Is like, what are your expectations in life?
And it's so funny that like they include these tasks in video games. I'm like, who would ever want to fucking do that? And then I'm playing a game. Was it Red Dead Redemption, the cowboy game?
Yeah.
And I'm like baling hay, just doing it. Yeah, because they always say fun. They say we're living in a simulation, right? And I'm like, but who would want this to be the life? Meanwhile, I'm playing a fucking cowboy game, and I'm moving hay bales, and I'm like brushing a horse. I'm like, oh, I would be the guy. Like, yeah, you know what? Let me be a fucking middle-aged stand-up comedian and see what happens in his life.
But if we're in a simulation, I talk about this with Grace Butler, like a little bit about it, because there are a lot now of simulation games, and there's some that is like, one is like a lawnmower. You just have a lawnmower.
There's one that's a power washer. Like you just spray off somebody's dirt on their deck. I was like, but it's basically just a relaxing thing that they figured out. But at the same time, it's like, if I'm playing a game and I'm a fucking cowboy, it's like, hey, you got to do this job. Like, all right, so go to work in this game. Like, why am I doing this? Like,
but like on the levels of simulation, I believe us, or the majority of us, were not the main players in this simulation.
We're batteries, like in the Matrix.
Yeah, maybe main players who will be like serial killer. That's maybe a main player. That is playing to be a bad person. Yeah. If we are a simulation, like, because they go so out of the code. Let's say we're on the code.
We're pretty much normal, yeah.
Normally, but
don't deviate.
Like famous people, Kanye. Like I Pete Davidson, like he have to be a main player. Like I saw a video today of the girls he has been with, and it's like every fucking dream of any guy is like, yeah, I've been with her, and also with her, and. Yeah, I did it.
He had a good run. Haven't seen anything lately, but he had a good run.
He had a really good run. Yeah. Like, fuck you, Pete Davidson. Like, but Pete Davidson made me think, like, if you're funny, you can make it. But you got to have money, too. But
right, you got to be funny and famous.
Yeah.
And have a dad that died in 9/11. Like, you need...
Yeah, you don't have that. He left, in your case.
Yeah, I had a dog that died in 9/11. Not the big one, though. Like 2010, so it wasn't the main 9/11. It was still a sad day. It just wasn't. It wasn't as sad for the rest of the country, you know.
People mourning for your all over the country for your dog.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, never forget this.
Never forget. Okay, with this, I'm gonna end the episode here. Again, if you're on Spotify, I'm not putting the bonus content on Spotify. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. But this is the episode for now. We're gonna go to more content, bonus content. I believe we're gonna talk about simulation because I have many ideas about simulation and space and universe and all of that you're gonna hear in the bonus content. But say hey, bye.
Hey, come back and see if I'm still alive after eating this teriyaki chicken. How are you feeling?
Bye.
Adios.